Spencer Lazara, MMAinterviews.tv, here at the Hard Rock alongside Jon Fitch. Main event, World Series of Fighting 3 this weekend. Kind of a new beginning, I guess, for you. Talk about, the excitement leading up to this fight, a little bit of a different atmosphere than you've had in years past.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited to get the opportunity to fight Burkman again and to be able to fight to earn a title shot and to help grow this organization along with myself and what I believe to be the second half of my career, the beginning of the second half of my career.
Has it been a little bit difficult or annoying, I guess, with everybody asking you, of course, all about the UFC questions all the time, rather than focusing on the fight?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time redirecting a lot of the interviews and things. People have asked to bring it back to World Series of Fighting and the topics that's important, which is the fight ahead, and the fight's this Friday, and it's going to be a pretty good fight.
Definitely. I mean, you guys are clearly completely different fighters than you were 7 years ago, as is common amongst elite level fighters like yourself after so much time has gone by. So what do you expect from him? Seems like his striking, his movement is a lot better, but
Yeah, his striking, his wrestling defense. I haven't seen a lot on his ground, but he's definitely made some vast improvements to where he was a long time ago when we fought. So I'm not taking anything from the original fight. I'm treating it as a brand new fight, and I'm fighting a brand new person.
And what are we going to see differently from Jon Fitch? What kind of different tactics?
More of the same, but better. I've gotten everything's increased. My striking, my footwork, my wrestling, my ground game. I'm working with a lot of great coaches, and they all have pretty expert skills at what they're good at.
Definitely. I mean, talk about the weight, I guess. How is your weight? You look ready to go here a couple days out?
Weight's good. That's where a lot of the nervousness is right now, is because the fight before the fight is cutting the weight, and that's going to start tonight. My late night workout tonight, I'll start dropping some pounds, and then early sauna stuff tomorrow.
Has it been harder as you've aged? You're a little older, 35 now?
I think, 35 now, but it hasn't gotten harder because my diet's changed. I've cleaned my diet up better. I'm living cleaner. And, when you're not eating a lot of toxic food and toxic chemicals in your body, you go to that water a lot easier, and the sweat just kind of pours out of you. I think, once I break a sweat nowadays, it just pours like a faucet.
What can you tell us about the camp that you've had leading into this fight?
It's been a great camp. I've been healthy the whole time. I've had a lot of great people to work with because AKA had a lot of big fights recently. So we had a lot of guys who were active and busy, a lot of guys in the gym. I got a lot of time with Josh Thompson, Gray Maynard, a lot of other fighters, training for fights and getting ready for stuff. So it's been a great atmosphere at AKA, and I'm ready for this fight. I can't wait. I was actually kind of sick of training a couple weeks ago. I was tired of it because I was just ready to fight.
Yeah, I mean, how hard is that sometimes, making sure that you don't peak wrong? And I guess at this time, you know your body pretty well.
Yeah, so the important thing is not peaking too soon or peaking too late. So you kind of have to really understand your body and listen to your body. I think that's one of the things that I've learned a lot over the years. Is it's not like wrestling in college where you kind of just bang through the season no matter how you feel, because you've got to keep going. You're limited in the amount of time that you can compete, and you're limited on the season. So getting older and the way we train now, it's more specifically designed to peak for that one night where it's 15 minutes or 25 minutes.
You talked about World Series of Fighting working with you, not against you. Talk about the group here and how excited you are to fight for them, and where you sort of see this going in the future.
I see big things for this organization with being hooked up with NBC Sportsnet. They're doing a great job producing stuff and getting the fights out there. They're showing the replay of the fights multiple times after the fact, and I think that's pretty huge, because you don't get that with any other organization. They don't show it. I think the World Series 2 they showed like 12 times after the live event. That's pretty big, because even if people don't know to catch the first one, they'll catch it sometime later, or they get to watch it over and over again, and that just makes the fighters more and more familiar to the fans.
As far as one of the faces of the organization already at this point, how active would you like to be moving forward?
I'd like to be pretty active. The next fight they have scheduled is in August. I wouldn't mind being on that, but I understand if they're going to throw me into a title shot, they probably need to build the opponent, or depending on who wins the fight tonight, they got to build an opponent for that title. So we may have to wait till September. But I would like to, stay pretty active, 3 to 4 fights a year. It'd be nice.
I guess give us, a prediction sort of how you see the fight playing out this Friday night.
I think there's going to be a lot of action. We're both explosive, and I think we're both going to come after each other early and push the pace early. I think that my pace will probably be too much for him, though. I'm hoping to break him in the first round.
And of course, I did want to, not go too much into it, but, you mentioned a hostile work environment. What exactly were the specifics of that you felt was hostile?
I think that's all for discussions in the future, maybe. I'm focusing on World Series of Fighting 3 this week, and that's where my mind is, so I don't even want to have to delve into the past and bring any of that stuff up.
I guess an interesting thing for me is interesting topic is always fighter pay. And I think it's great that you're coming out and talking about fighter pay because there's so many guys out there that are struggling, to get by and even through their camp.
And I think a lot of people have the misconception that we're, super rich guys. And I'm not complaining about my money. I love my money. I think I made a lot of money. I think, I'm in a really good position because of the money I made. But, one of the points of that video that I made was I was one of the upper paid guys. I was one of the more well-paid guys. There's guys who don't and won't come anywhere close to the money that I made just because they don't win as many fights and because they don't have the management that I do. So, I just wanted to kind of make it public and let people kind of see, exactly where someone like me and my caliber and my number of wins sits financially.
You have to feel as if you deserved it as well, of course, as you deserved your place. You've worked so hard. You're a pioneer in a sense.
I worked my ass off for that money, and I won that money. It wasn't a gift. It wasn't something I stumbled into. I busted my ass, and I won it. So anybody who thinks that I didn't deserve it, you're crazy.
Yeah. Talk about the team up there at AKA, I guess, and the growth. You've had an influx of guys your size, kind of like you said. Gray, Josh has been there for a while and is really doing well in the UFC. You've got a plethora of guys up there to go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have like 30 guys on the roster at AKA, and a lot of them are fighting for big organizations like the UFC. Tyson Griffin is just signed with World Series, and he'll be fighting August 10th in the next World Series card. We got a lot of great guys who are up and coming, and I think we're going to have a number of guys who are signing with the Bellator, I think, soon. I don't want to get into that because I don't know if anything's signed or whatever, but they did come and look at a number of our younger guys, and I think they were happy with the type of people we have coming up to the ranks.
Even though you're here in World Series of Fighting, do you feel a little support even at this point for an organization like Bellator, who's also coming up, and sort of nice for the fighters to have a little bit of choices?
Any organization, it needs to be supported because the fighters need jobs. We need to get paid. We need to go somewhere. So Bellator, I hope it does very successful. I hope ONE FC does some continued success with their shows. And I'd like to see the Japanese market come back a little bit. It would be nice to be able to get some more shows over there.
Anything else you want to say, John? We want to let you get over to your next interview.
No, just check me out. I'm at jonfitch.net on Twitter, and then check out my documentary, Such Great Heights.
Definitely, and check out his fight, of course, Friday night, World Series of Fighting 3 live on an NBC Sports Network. John, we want to let you get over to your next interview.